This is a story about the ladybug life cycle. Ladybug life cycle. All about ladybugs. What is a tiny, shiny, and dressed in a spotted coat? A ladybug. Ladybugs are insects. They are a part of a group of insects called beetles. Ladybugs are not all ladies. They're not all girls. They can be males or females. Ladybugs have 6 legs and 2 pairs of wings. One pair of wings is hard. They protect another pair of wings that are fragile and that are used for flying. These are the different parts of a ladybug. They have an eye, they have antlers, they have a head, and they have legs. Do you remember how many legs they have? 6. They have hard wings, and underneath are their soft wings that they use for flying. But ladybugs do not begin their lives looking this way at all. Read on to learn about the life cycle of this incredible bug. Ladybugs use their antennas to feel, smell, and taste. A ladybug starts life inside an egg. Female ladybugs lay eggs on the leaves. The eggs look like teeny yellow jelly beans, but they're not for eating. One ladybug can lay 1,000 eggs during her lifetime. This is the first part of the ladybug life cycle. The ladybug lays the eggs. A few days later, the eggs hatch and out crawl tiny creatures. These are ladybug larvae. Munch, munch. They are so hungry they can eat their own eggshells. These are the second steps of the ladybug life cycle. The eggs hatch and turn into larvae. Say larva. Ladybugs lay their eggs during the springtime. That means during the months of March, April, and May. The job of larva is to eat, eat, eat. Its favorite food is a tiny bug. A larva can eat 25 tiny bugs in one day. All that eating makes the larva grow and grow. It may not look like a ladybug yet, but just wait. Something amazing is about to happen. A larva grows to be about this big. So remember, this is part of a ladybug. It hasn't turned into a ladybug yet. It's still a larva. That's the second part of its life cycle. After a few weeks, the larva stops moving and attaches itself to a leaf. Then it turns to something called a pupa. Say pupa. A pupa is like a wrapped up present. So it's starting to look like a ladybug, but it's not one yet. It's called a pupa. That's the third part of the life cycle. It went from an egg to a larva to a pupa. Guess what happens next? About 1 week later, the pupa breaks open. Surprise! Out pops what? A ladybug. Takes 1 week for that to happen. That's the fourth part of the ladybug life cycle. It went from the pupa to the ladybug. Female ladybugs are bigger than male ladybugs. At first, the ladybug is soft and pale, but after a few hours, its shell gets hard and bright, just like this. An adult ladybug is about this size. That is smaller than the larva it came from. Remember, the larva was great big, and then the ladybug is smaller than that. Soon the ladybug is able to spread its wings and fly. Wow, at last it is all grown up. A ladybug flies to a flower. If you have seen a ladybug fly before, put your hands on your head. You just made a text-to-self connection. Now put your hands back in your lap. So we're going to go over the life cycle again. The female ladybug lays the eggs. After 5 days, the eggs turn into larvae. And the larva eats and eats and grows and grows. 25 days, that's almost a month later, the larva turns into a pupa. About a week later, the pupa turns into a ladybug. Stage 1 is the eggs. Stage 2 is the larva. Stage 3 is the pupa. Stage 4 is the ladybug. Ladybugs have a very interesting life cycle. The life cycle of a ladybug takes 4 to 6 weeks total. Does not happen overnight. There are more than 4,000 kinds of ladybugs in the world. Some are red with a few spots, and some are red with lots of spots. Some ladybugs are brown or gold. Some are even yellow. Ladybugs can have 0 to 24 spots. During the summer, ladybugs eat lots of little bugs and small insects. Munch, munch. They want to have full stomachs for the long winter ahead. Why? Many kinds of ladybugs hibernate. Turn to your neighbor and tell them if you remember what hibernate means. Hibernate means they gather in groups. They hide under leaves and rocks or logs, and they sleep all winter long. We've talked about other animals that hibernate too, like bears. That's why the ladybugs have their babies in the springtime. Ladybugs eat the pollen off of flowers too. In springtime, the ladybugs wake up and the female lays their eggs again. After that, the incredible ladybug life cycle starts all over again. Ladybugs are also called lady beetles and ladybirds. How many steps were there in the ladybug life cycle? Show me with your fingers. Let's count them together. You tell me. The first step was the eggs. The second step was the larva. The third step was the pupa. And the fourth step was the ladybug. The end.